We often see it in movies and on social media, people flashing expensive cars, designer clothes, and luxurious vacations. These images create a perception that spending lavishly is synonymous with being successful and wealthy. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that spending a lot of money equals success. The allure of material possessions can be very strong, making us believe that the more we spend, the more successful we are. But this is often just an illusion. The reality is that many of these big spenders are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to maintain their extravagant lifestyles. Real wealth isn't about showing off. It's about making wise financial decisions that ensure long-term stability and security. It's about having financial security, peace of mind, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. True wealth allows you to sleep soundly at night, knowing that you are prepared for any financial emergency. Many people who seem wealthy are actually drowning in debt. They are constantly worried about how to pay off their credit cards and loans. They might look successful on the outside, but they are trapped in a cycle of overspending and financial stress. This constant pressure can take a toll on their mental and physical health. True success comes from making smart choices with your money, no matter how much or how little you have. It's about budgeting, saving, and investing wisely. It's time to redefine what success means to you. Success should be about achieving your personal goals and living a life that makes you happy. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses or impressing others with material possessions. It's about finding joy in the simple things and being content with what you have. It's about living a fulfilling life that aligns with your values, free from the burden of debt and financial worry. When you focus on what truly matters, you find that real wealth is about quality of life, not quantity of things. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jossi. Like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Frugality is often misunderstood as being cheap or depriving yourself of things you enjoy. But in reality, it's a much more nuanced and positive approach to managing your finances. That couldn't be further from the truth. Frugality is about making informed and thoughtful decisions that benefit you in the long run. Frugality is simply about being mindful of your spending and making conscious decisions about where your money goes. It's about prioritizing your needs over your wants and ensuring that every dollar spent brings value to your life. It's about asking yourself, do I really need this? Or do I just want it? This simple question can help you avoid unnecessary purchases and save money for things that truly matter. It's about finding joy in experiences rather than material possessions. Spending time with loved ones, exploring nature, or engaging in hobbies can bring more fulfillment than any material item. It's about being resourceful and finding creative ways to save money without sacrificing your quality of life. DIY projects, for instance, can be both fun and cost-effective. For example, instead of eating out every night, try cooking at home more often. Not only will you save money, but you'll also have the opportunity to create healthier meals. You'll save money and eat healthier. Fresh produce from local markets can be both affordable and nutritious. Instead of buying new clothes every season, try shopping at thrift stores or hosting clothing swaps with friends. This way, you can refresh your wardrobe without breaking the bank. Frugality is about finding what works for you and your lifestyle. It's a personal journey that can be tailored to fit your unique needs and preferences. It's about making choices that align with your values and financial goals. When you practice frugality, you empower yourself to take control of your financial future and live a more fulfilling life. Section 5. Spending wisely, making every dollar count, and avoiding impulse purchases. One of the biggest enemies of frugal living is impulse spending. We've all been there. You're walking through the store and you see something you just have to have, even though it wasn't on your list. To avoid impulse purchases, try implementing the 24-hour rule. If you see something you want, wait 24 hours before buying it. This will give you time to think about whether you really need it and whether it fits into your budget. Another helpful tip is to shop with a list and stick to it. This will help you stay focused and avoid buying things you don't need. Remember, every dollar you spend is a choice. Choose wisely.
Section 6. Saving savvy. Building a nest egg for emergencies and future goals. Saving money is crucial for financial security and achieving your goals. It's about paying yourself first. Aim to save at least 10 to 20% of your income each month. Start by building an emergency fund. This should be enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses in case of job loss, medical emergencies, or other unexpected events. Once you have a healthy emergency fund, you can start saving for other goals, such as a down payment on a house, retirement, or your dream vacation. Remember, even small amounts add up over time. The key is to be consistent with your savings.
Section 7. Debt-free living. Escaping the burden of debt and finding financial peace. Debt can be a huge financial burden, preventing you from achieving your goals and living your best life. It can feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders, making it difficult to move forward. If you're in debt, make it a priority to pay it off as quickly as possible. The sooner you start, the sooner you can experience financial freedom. Start by creating a debt repayment plan. This plan will serve as your roadmap to becoming debt-free. There are 2 popular methods, the snowball method and the avalanche method. Each has its own unique approach to tackling debt. The snowball method involves paying off your smallest debts first, while the avalanche method focuses on paying off your highest interest debts first. Both methods have their advantages. Choose the method that works best for you and your financial situation. Consider your personal preferences and financial goals when making this decision. Once you've paid off one debt, roll the amount you were paying into the next debt on your list. This creates a momentum that helps you pay off debts faster. Imagine the feeling of freedom and peace of mind that comes with being debt-free. No more sleepless nights worrying about bills, just a future full of possibilities.
Section 8. Investing in yourself. Education, skills, and experiences for long-term growth. One of the best investments you can make is in yourself. This includes your education, skills, and experiences. Consider taking courses, attending workshops, or learning new skills that can enhance your career prospects. Investing in your personal growth can lead to higher earning potential and greater job satisfaction. It's about continuously expanding your knowledge and skills to stay ahead of the curve. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things. You never know what opportunities might arise from your willingness to learn and grow.
Section 9. The joy of less, finding contentment and happiness in a simpler lifestyle. Frugal living is not just about saving money, it's also about finding contentment and happiness in a simpler lifestyle. It's about appreciating what you have, rather than constantly striving for more. Challenge the consumerist mindset that tells you happiness can be bought. True happiness comes from within, and from nurturing meaningful relationships, pursuing your passions, and living in alignment with your values. Embrace experiences over material possessions. Create memories that will last a lifetime rather than accumulating things that will eventually clutter your home and your mind. Remember, the less you own, the less you have to clean, organize, and worry about.
Section 10. Building a legacy, using wealth for good and leaving a positive impact. Once you've achieved financial freedom through frugal living, you have a unique opportunity to use your wealth for good. Consider giving back to your community, supporting causes you care about, or investing in businesses that align with your values. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind. How do you want to be remembered? Your wealth can be a powerful tool for making a positive impact on the world. Remember, true wealth is not measured by how much you have, but by how much you give. Section 11. The true measure of success: humility, generosity, and financial well-being. In a world that often glorifies excess and material possessions, it's time to redefine what success truly means. True success is not about the size of your bank account or the things you own. It's about living a fulfilling life that aligns with your values, free from the burden of debt and financial worry. It's about being generous with your time, your resources, and your spirit. Embrace humility and recognize that true wealth encompasses financial well-being, meaningful relationships, and a sense of purpose. By living frugally, you can achieve financial freedom and create a life of abundance, both materially and spiritually. Remember, the greatest wealth is not what you have, but who you are. Folks, let's talk about frugality. It's not about being cheap or miserly, it's about being smart with your money. Frugality is the art of living below your means. It's about making intentional choices with your hard-earned cash. In today's world of instant gratification, frugality is more important than ever. Think of frugality as a tool. It's a tool that can help you build wealth. It's a tool that can give you peace of mind. When you're frugal, you're in control of your money. You're not letting your money control you. Frugality isn't about depriving yourself. It's about prioritizing and spending on what truly matters to you. When you're frugal, you can still enjoy life in a way that aligns with your long-term goals. You're trading instant gratification for long-term satisfaction. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jassy. Share and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Living below your means is a game changer. It's the foundation of financial success, the bedrock upon which you can build a secure future. When you spend less than you earn, you create a gap, a financial cushion that can protect you in times of need. This gap is where wealth is built, where your financial dreams start to take shape. It's where financial freedom begins, giving you the liberty to make choices without being constrained by money. Living below your means gives you options, the freedom to explore different paths and opportunities. It gives you breathing room, a sense of relief knowing you have control over your finances. When you live below your means, you reduce financial stress, transforming chaos into calm. You're not living paycheck to paycheck, constantly worrying about the next bill. You're not worried about how you'll pay your bills. You have a buffer, a safety net that catches you when unexpected expenses arise. This buffer provides peace of mind, a sense of security that allows you to relax. It allows you to sleep better at night, knowing you're financially secure. Living below your means allows you to save and invest, to grow your wealth over time. It allows you to prepare for the future, to plan for the life you want to live. By living below your means, you're saying no to keeping up with the Joneses, to the pressure of societal expectations. You're choosing long-term stability over short-term pleasure, making decisions that benefit your future self. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It means you're making conscious choices about how you spend your money, prioritizing what truly matters to you. Let's get practical. Saving money doesn't have to be complicated. It starts with small, everyday choices. Cook at home instead of eating out. Brown bag your lunch. These simple changes can save you hundreds of dollars a month. Look for ways to reduce your fixed expenses. Can you get a better deal on your cell phone plan? Can you cut the cord and switch to streaming services? Can you negotiate your insurance rates? Be a smart shopper. Use coupons. Compare prices. Wait for sales. Plan your purchases and avoid impulse buying. Consider buying used. You can often find high-quality items at a fraction of the cost. Budgeting is the cornerstone of frugal living. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about giving every dollar a purpose. A budget is a plan for your money. It's telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. A budget puts you in control. Start by tracking your spending. You need to know where your money is going. Use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or an app. Track every penny for a month. This knowledge is power. Once you know where your money is going, you can make a plan. Allocate your income to different categories. Start with necessities like housing, food, and utilities. Then move on to savings and debt repayment. What's left can go to discretionary spending. Review and adjust your budget regularly. Be flexible and make adjustments as needed. The goal is progress, not perfection. The magic of saving small steps, big results. Saving money is like magic. It may seem small and insignificant at first, but over time it can create wonders. It's turning your present income into future wealth. Just like planting a seed and watching it grow into a tree, every dollar you save is a dollar working for you. Think of it as a tiny worker contributing to your financial future. It's a dollar that can grow over time, compounding and multiplying. Saving isn't about having a huge income. It's about making the most of what you have. It's about consistently setting aside a portion of what you earn. Regularity is key. Start small if you need to. Even the smallest amounts can make a difference. Even saving $10 a week adds up to $520 a year. Imagine what you could do with that extra money. As you get better at budgeting and cutting expenses, increase your savings. Every little bit helps. Aim to save at least 10% of your income. The key is consistency. Make saving automatic to ensure you never miss a contribution. Set up automatic transfers from your checking to your savings account. This way, you won't even have to think about it. Treat savings like a bill you have to pay. Pay yourself first. Prioritize your future. This way, you're not tempted to spend the money before you can save it. Have specific savings goals to keep you motivated. Save for an emergency fund first. This is your financial safety net. Aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses. This will give you peace of mind in case of unexpected events. Once you have an emergency fund, save for other goals like a down payment on a house or a vacation. Your dreams are within reach with disciplined saving. Harnessing the power of compound interest. Compound interest is a powerful force. It's interest earning interest. It's your money making money. Over time, it can turn small, consistent savings into significant wealth. The earlier you start saving and investing, the more time compound interest has to work its magic. Let's look at an example. Say you invest $100 a month starting at age 25. If you earn an average 8% return, by age 65, you'll have over $350,000. You only invested $48,000 of your own money. The rest came from compound growth. The key to harnessing compound interest is time. The longer your money has to grow, the more powerful the effect. Smart investing, growing your wealth over time. Investing is how you grow your wealth over time. It's a strategic way to build financial security and achieve your long-term goals. It's putting your money to work, making it earn more for you while you focus on other aspects of your life. When you invest, you're buying a piece of a company or a property. You're becoming an owner, sharing in the profits and growth. As the value of what you own increases, so does your wealth. This growth can significantly impact your financial future. Investing is a long-term game. Start with the basics and build your knowledge over time. Invest in low-cost index funds. These funds are a great way to get started. These funds give you a piece of many different companies. They provide diversification, which helps to reduce your risk. You don't need to pick individual stocks. This can be risky and time-consuming. You don't need to time the market. Trying to predict market movements can lead to costly mistakes. You just need to be consistent and patient. Regular investments over time can yield significant returns. Don't try to get rich quick. This approach often leads to disappointment and financial loss. There's no such thing as guaranteed high returns with low risk. Always be cautious of too good to be true promises. Focus on steady, long-term growth. This is the most reliable way to build wealth. Invest regularly regardless of what the market is doing. Consistency is key. This is called dollar cost averaging. It involves investing a fixed amount regularly. It helps smooth out the ups and downs of the market, making your investment journey less volatile. Educate yourself about investing basics. Knowledge is your best tool for making informed decisions. Avoiding debt. The cornerstone of financial freedom. Debt is the enemy of wealth. It's a trap that keeps you from building financial freedom. When you're in debt, you're working for someone else's benefit. You're paying interest instead of earning it. Avoiding unnecessary debt is crucial to achieving financial freedom. Not all debt is created equal. Mortgage debt for a home you can afford isn't the same as credit card debt from overspending, but even good debt should be approached cautiously. Don't take on more than you can handle. Always consider the long-term cost of any debt you take on. If you're already in debt, make a plan to get out. Start with high-interest debt like credit cards. Embracing a frugal mindset, changing your relationship with money. Frugality is more than just pinching pennies. It's a mindset. It's about valuing experiences over things. It's about finding joy in simplicity. When you embrace frugality, you're not depriving yourself. You're freeing yourself from the constant need for more. Adopting a frugal mindset means questioning your spending habits. Ask yourself, does this purchase align with my values and goals? It means being content with what you have. It means finding creative ways to enjoy life without overspending. It's about quality over quantity. A frugal mindset doesn't mean you never splurge. It means you splurge intentionally. You save on things that don't matter to you so you can spend on things that do. A frugal mindset allows you to align your spending with your priorities. The long-term benefits of frugality. The benefits of frugality compound over time. In the short term, you'll have more cash flow. You'll have less stress about money. You'll sleep better at night knowing you're living within your means. But the real magic happens over the long term. Over time, frugality leads to financial security. You'll build an emergency fund, you'll pay off debt, you'll start investing for the future, you'll be prepared for life's ups and downs. This security gives you options. It gives you the freedom to make choices based on what you want, not what you need. Frugality can lead to early retirement. When you live below your means and invest the difference, you're building wealth faster. Perhaps the greatest benefit of frugality is peace of mind. When you're not worried about money, you're free to focus on what really matters. Taking action. Start your frugality journey today. Now is the time to act. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Start where you are with what you have. Begin by tracking your spending. Make a budget. Look for areas where you can cut back. Start saving, even if it's just a little. Remember, small changes add up. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with 1 or 2 changes. Maybe it's brewing coffee at home instead of buying it. Maybe it's canceling a subscription you don't use. As you see the benefits, you'll be motivated to do more. Educate yourself. Read books on personal finance. Listen to podcasts. Attend workshops. The more you learn, the more empowered you'll be. Knowledge is power when it comes to managing your money. But don't just learn. Apply what you learn. All right, folks, gather around for a little chat about conspicuous consumption. It's a fancy term for something we've all seen or maybe even done ourselves. You know, like when your neighbor Dave buys a sports car he can't afford just to impress the HOA. Or when Karen from accounting shows up with a designer handbag that costs more than your monthly rent. That's conspicuous consumption in a nutshell. Conspicuous consumption is basically showing off through spending. It's when people buy expensive stuff not because they need it, but because they want others to see them with it. It's like peacocking, but instead of colorful feathers, you're flashing your credit card. The term was coined way back in 1899 by economist Thorstein Veblen. He notes that people were buying things just to show how wealthy they were. And let me tell you, it's a show that can quickly turn into a financial horror story. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jassy. Like this video, share it with others, and leave a comment below. Now let's dive into why people play this ridiculous game of financial chicken. It's a high-stakes game where the risks are real, and the consequences can be life-altering. Society, in its infinite wisdom, has decided that success equals spending. The more you spend, the more successful you appear. It's like we're all living in a giant game of Monopoly, and the person with the most hotels wins. But unlike Monopoly, there's no reset button. Except in this game, the hotels are real, and the money is your life savings. One wrong move, and you could lose everything. This belief is deeply ingrained in our culture. From a young age, we're taught that more is better. We see it in movies, TV shows, and advertisements. The message is clear. To be somebody, you need to have it all. The successful character always has the nicest car, the biggest house, and the fanciest clothes. It's a never-ending cycle of wanting more. It's as if Hollywood decided that the only way to show someone is doing well is to surround them with expensive crap. And we buy into it, literally. But why do we fall for this? Well, humans are social creatures, and we're hardwired to care about our status in the group. It's a primal instinct. Back in caveman days, higher status meant better access to resources and mates. It was a matter of survival. Now, it means getting the table by the window at that overpriced restaurant. It's a modern-day status symbol. This status game is everywhere. From the cars we drive to the clothes we wear, it's all about showing off. And let me tell you, the Joneses are probably in debt up to their eyeballs. They're playing the same game, and it's costing them dearly. Let's talk about luxury logos, shall we? These little symbols have somehow become the modern-day equivalent of a royal crest. Slap a designer logo on a plain white t-shirt and suddenly it's worth hundreds of dollars. It's like magic, except instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, you're pulling money out of your wallet. These logos are everywhere screaming, "Look at me, I'm expensive." You've got the Gucci Double G, the Chanel interlocking C's, the Louis Vuitton LV, and people eat it up. They'll wear shirts with logos so big you can read them from space just to make sure everyone knows they spent a fortune on fabric. But here's the thing. These logos aren't just innocent little designs. They're carefully crafted status symbols designed to make you feel special and everyone else feel inferior. And the worst part, the club isn't even that exclusive. With the rise of knockoffs and fast fashion, that logo you're so proud of might not even be real. What's next? Designer air? Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this issue. The financial trap. You see, this whole conspicuous consumption thing isn't just annoying, it's downright dangerous. It's like a financial quicksand that sucks you in before you even realize you're sinking. Here's how it usually goes. You start small. Maybe you buy a designer wallet because, hey, You deserve nice things, right? But then you realize your old clothes don't match your fancy new wallet, so you buy some new outfits. But now your car looks shabby next to your new wardrobe. Before you know it, you're neck deep in debt. But hey, at least you look good, right? Wrong. This mindset can lead to some serious financial issues. Future you is not going to be happy about this, let me tell you. Section 5. The psychology behind the splurge. Alright, time to put on our psychology hats and dive into the twisted mindset behind this spending spree. Why do we do this to ourselves? Well, it turns out our brains are kind of jerks sometimes. They're constantly playing tricks on us, making us think we need things we don't. First up, we've got the good old keeping up with the Joneses mentality. It's like we're all in a race, but instead of running, we're swiping credit cards. We see our neighbor get a new car, and suddenly our perfectly functional vehicle looks like a rusty bucket of bolts. It's a never-ending game of one-upmanship that leaves everyone broke and stressed. Then there's the instant gratification factor. Our brains love a quick hit of dopamine, and boy does spending deliver. It's like a drug, giving us a temporary high that fades all too quickly. Newsflash: the only thing that's running is your bank balance, and it's running away fast. Section 6. Real-life tales of lavish living gone wrong. Now let's take a moment to enjoy some schadenfreude, shall we? There's something oddly satisfying about seeing the mighty fall, especially when it's due to their own extravagant choices. Here are some real-life examples of conspicuous consumption gone horribly, hilariously wrong. These stories serve as a reminder that sometimes the pursuit of luxury can lead to unexpected and often embarrassing consequences. Because nothing drives a point home like a good cautionary tale. These tales are not just amusing, but also educational, showing us the pitfalls of living beyond our means. First up, we have the tale of Mike, the Maserati man. Mike's story is a classic example of how the desire to appear successful can backfire spectacularly. Mike was a middle manager who decided he needed a luxury car to show he had made it. He believed that owning a Maserati would elevate his status among his peers and neighbors. He took out a massive loan, bought a shiny new Maserati, and promptly realized he couldn't afford the insurance, let alone the maintenance. The costs were astronomical, far beyond what he had anticipated. Last I heard, Mike's fancy car was gathering dust in his garage while he took the bus to work. The irony of owning a luxury car but not being able to drive it was not lost on anyone. Talk about a costly mistake. Mike's dream of luxury turned into a financial nightmare, serving as a stark warning to others. Then there's the story of Sarah, the social media socialite. Sarah's tale is a modern-day fable about the dangers of living for likes and followers. Sarah was obsessed with looking rich on Instagram. Her entire identity was wrapped up in the image she projected online. She'd buy designer clothes, take a picture, and then return them. This charade worked for a while, giving her the appearance of a lavish lifestyle. It worked great until one day, she forgot to remove a security tag. The oversight was a glaring mistake that exposed her facade. Her followers quickly realized her lavish lifestyle was all smoke and mirrors. The illusion shattered and her credibility took a nosedive. Sarah learned the hard way that you can't buy class, but you can certainly lose it. Her story is a cautionary tale about the perils of faking it until you make it. Section 7. The hidden costs of keeping up appearances. Now let's talk about the hidden costs of this ridiculous charade. Because trust me folks, the price tag you see is just the tip of the iceberg. First up, there's the maintenance costs. That fancy car? It doesn't run on hopes and dreams. It needs premium gas, expensive oil changes, and repairs that cost more than your first car. That designer bag? One little scratch and it's off to the specialist for a repair that costs as much as a decent vacation. Then there's the lifestyle creep. Once you start living large, it's hard to go back. Suddenly you can't imagine staying in a hotel with less than 5 stars. Economy class feels like torture. Before you know it, your normal expenses are through the roof, and your savings account is giving you the silent treatment. Section 8. Breaking free from the spending cycle. All right, folks, it's time for some tough love. If you found yourself caught in this cycle of conspicuous consumption, it's time to break free. And no, that doesn't mean breaking free from your wallet and running naked down the street, although that would certainly be a way to get attention without spending money. First step, face the music. Take a good hard look at your finances. And I mean really look. Don't just glance at your bank statement and think, that can't be right. It is right and you need to accept it. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Except instead of hair, you're ripping away your financial delusions. Next, it's time to Marie Kondo your life. Look at all the stuff you've accumulated and ask yourself, does this spark joy, or does it just spark envy in others? Section 9. Redefining success beyond the price tag. Now that we've kicked our conspicuous consumption habit to the curb, it's time to redefine what success really means in our lives. And spoiler alert, it's not about how many commas are in your bank account or how many brand names are in your closet. True success goes beyond material possessions. Let's start with the basics: financial stability. This is the foundation upon which we build a truly successful life. Real success isn't about having a Lamborghini in your driveway. It's about having enough in your savings account to weather a storm, ensuring peace of mind. It's about being able to pay your bills without breaking into a cold sweat, knowing you have control over your finances. It's about having a retirement plan that doesn't involve winning the lottery or discovering you're secretly related to Jeff Bezos. Next up, personal growth, a crucial aspect of success. Success is about constantly learning and improving yourself, embracing the journey of self-discovery. It's about reading books that expand your mind, not just your Instagram following. Knowledge is a powerful tool. It's about developing skills that make you a better person, not just a better shopper. Skills that enrich your life and those around you. Remember, the most valuable thing you own is between your ears. And unlike that designer watch, it actually appreciates over time. Invest in yourself and you'll see the true meaning of success. Section 10. The rise of conscious consumption. Now let's talk about a plot twist in our consumption story: conscious consumption. It's like the cooler, more responsible cousin of conspicuous consumption. Instead of asking, how can I show off? It asks, how can I make a positive impact? Conscious consumption is all about being mindful of what you buy and why. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving crimes, you're solving the mystery of where your stuff comes from and what impact it has. Was it ethically produced? Is it environmentally friendly? Will it last longer than a TikTok trend? These are the questions conscious consumers ask before whipping out their wallets. This shift is happening across the board. People are choosing local over global, sustainable over disposable, quality over quantity. It's like we've collectively woken up from a shopping-induced coma and realized that maybe, just maybe, we don't need another plastic gadget that'll end up in a landfill. Understanding humility is the foundation of financial wisdom. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. In the world of money, humility means acknowledging that you don't have all the answers. It means being open to learning, admitting mistakes, and seeking help when needed. Many people think that to be good with money, you need to be aggressive or overconfident. But the truth is often the opposite. The most successful people in finance are often those who approach money with humility. They know their limitations and are willing to learn from others. Humility in finance doesn't mean being weak or indecisive. It means being strong enough to admit when you're wrong and wise enough to know there's always more to learn. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jassi. Like, share, and drop a comment below. Your support helps us create more valuable content.
Section 5. The role of humility in smart investing. When it comes to investing, humility can be your secret weapon. The financial markets are complex and unpredictable. No one, no matter how smart or experienced, can consistently predict what will happen. Humble investors understand this fundamental truth. They don't try to outsmart the market or make risky bets based on overconfidence. Instead, they take a more measured, long-term approach. Humble investing often means embracing simplicity, like index fund investing. Another aspect of humble investing is diversification. Humility in investing also means being willing to learn and adapt.
Section 6. Overcoming financial ego, a path to better decisions. One of the biggest obstacles to financial success is ego. It can cloud our judgment and lead us down paths that are not in our best interest. When we let our ego drive our financial decisions, we often make choices that look good in the short term but hurt us in the long run. These decisions are often based on pride rather than practicality. We might buy things we can't afford to impress others, or make risky investments because we think we're smarter than everyone else. This overconfidence can be detrimental. Overcoming this financial ego is crucial for making better decisions with our money. It allows us to see things more clearly and make choices that are truly beneficial. The first step in overcoming financial ego is self-awareness. This means being honest with ourselves about our motivations and recognizing when our ego is in control. It's about recognizing when your decisions are being driven by ego rather than sound financial reasoning. This awareness can help us make more rational choices. Are you buying that expensive car because you need it or because you want to impress your neighbors? This question can help you understand your true motivations. Are you holding on to a losing investment because you can't admit you made a mistake? Admitting mistakes is a sign of strength, not weakness. Another key to overcoming financial ego is to focus on your own journey, not on comparing yourself to others. Everyone's financial path is different. Overcoming financial ego also means being willing to delay gratification. Patience can lead to better financial outcomes in the long run.
Section 7. Humility and Debt Management. When it comes to managing debt, humility can be a powerful tool that can transform your financial life. Many people feel ashamed about their debt, which can lead to avoiding the issue altogether, making the problem worse over time. But a humble approach to debt management means facing your situation honestly and without judgment, accepting it as it is. It's about acknowledging where you are, understanding how you got there, and being willing to take steps to improve, no matter how small. Humility in debt management often starts with a simple but crucial step: admitting you need help and seeking it out. This might mean reaching out to a financial advisor, a credit counselor, or even just a trusted friend who's good with money, and being open to their advice. A humble approach to debt also involves being realistic about your situation, setting achievable goals, and sticking to them. Furthermore, humility in debt management means celebrating small victories, no matter how minor they may seem. These small wins, acknowledged with humility and gratitude, can help maintain your motivation over the long haul of becoming debt-free, making the journey more manageable and rewarding.
Section 8. The humble art of budgeting and saving. Budgeting and saving are fundamental to financial success, and humility plays a crucial role in both. It's not just about numbers, it's about mindset. A humble approach to budgeting starts with honesty. This means being truthful with yourself about your financial situation. It means looking at your income and expenses without trying to sugarcoat or exaggerate. This transparency is key. This honest assessment is the foundation of any effective budget. Without it, your budget is just a wish list. It takes humility to admit that you might be overspending in certain areas, or that your income might not support your current lifestyle. This can be a tough pill to swallow. Once you have this honest picture, humility helps you make realistic plans. These plans should be achievable and sustainable. It's easy to create an overly ambitious budget that looks good on paper, but is impossible to stick to in real life. Avoid this common pitfall. A humble budget acknowledges your real habits and patterns. It aligns with your actual lifestyle. When it comes to saving, humility often means starting small. Small steps can lead to big changes over time. Humility in saving also means being willing to learn and adapt. Financial literacy is a journey, not a destination.
Section 9. Cultivating financial patience through humility. In the world of personal finance, patience is often the key to success. But in our fast-paced, instant gratification culture, patience can be hard to come by. This is where humility comes in. A humble approach to finance naturally fosters patience. When you're humble about your financial journey, you're less likely to expect overnight success or quick fixes to complex problems. Humility helps you understand that real financial growth takes time. It's not about getting rich quick or finding a magical investment that will solve all your problems. Instead, it's about consistently making smart choices over months and years. A humble investor doesn't panic when the market dips or get overly excited when it soars.
Section 10. Humility in seeking financial advice. One of the most important aspects of financial humility is being willing to seek advice. No matter how much you know about money, there's always more to learn. The financial world is complex and constantly changing. A humble approach recognizes that you can't be an expert in everything. It's okay, even necessary, to seek help from others who have more knowledge or experience in certain areas. Seeking financial advice with humility means being open to different perspectives. Maybe you talk to a financial advisor who suggests a strategy you hadn't considered before. Instead of dismissing it out of hand because it's unfamiliar, a humble approach allows you to listen, ask questions, and consider how it might fit into your financial plan. This openness to new ideas can lead to better financial decisions and outcomes.
Section 11, Embracing Humility for Long-Term Financial Success. As we've explored throughout this, frugal living is about freedom. It's about liberating yourself from the constant stress and anxiety that often comes with financial instability. When you embrace frugal living, you are making a conscious decision to prioritize your long-term well-being over short-term gratification. It's about taking control of your money, not letting it control you. By creating a budget and sticking to it, you can ensure that every dollar you earn is working towards your goals. This means being mindful of your spending and making intentional choices that align with your values. It's not about deprivation. It's about being smart with your resources. Frugal living encourages you to find joy in the simple things and to appreciate what you have. It's about making the most of what you have and finding creative ways to meet your needs without overspending. This lets you achieve your financial goals. Whether you want to save for a down payment on a house, build an emergency fund, or invest for your future, frugal living provides a clear path to financial security. Whether it's getting out of debt, retiring early, or traveling the world, frugal living gives you the power to choose your own path. Imagine the freedom of being debt-free, the peace of mind that comes with a well-funded retirement, or the excitement of exploring new places without financial worry. Remember, small changes add up over time. Simple actions like cutting out unnecessary subscriptions, cooking at home more often, and being mindful of energy usage can lead to significant savings. These small steps, when consistently applied, can transform your financial situation. Start by identifying areas where you can cut back without sacrificing your happiness. Look for opportunities to reduce expenses in ways that don't impact your quality of life. This might mean finding free or low-cost entertainment options, shopping for deals, or learning to DIY. Once you start seeing the results, you'll be motivated to keep going. Watching your savings grow and your expenses decrease can be incredibly rewarding. It reinforces the positive impact of your efforts and encourages you to continue making smart financial choices. Let's dive into some practical tips to get you started on your frugal living journey. From meal planning and bulk buying to energy-saving hacks and mindful spending, there are countless strategies you can adopt to live a more frugal and fulfilling life. Stay tuned as we explore these tips in detail and help you take the first steps towards financial freedom. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jassy. Like, share, and drop a comment below. Your support helps me create more content to guide you on your journey to financial freedom. A budget is your roadmap to financial success. It provides a clear picture of your financial situation and helps you make informed decisions about your money. It helps you track your income and expenses, ensuring that you are aware of where every dollar is going. This awareness is crucial for managing your finances effectively. This shows you where your money is going, highlighting areas where you might be overspending. By understanding your spending habits, you can make adjustments to improve your financial health. Start by listing all your sources of income. This includes your salary, freelance work, investments, and any other sources of money you receive regularly. Then, track your expenses for a month. Keep a record of every purchase, no matter how small, to get a complete picture of your spending habits. Categorize your expenses as needs versus wants. Needs are essential for your survival and well-being, such as rent, utilities, and groceries. Wants are non-essential items that you can live without, like dining out or entertainment. Identify areas where you can cut back. Look for non-essential expenses that you can reduce or eliminate to free up more money for savings and debt repayment. Allocate your income towards essential expenses first. Make sure you have enough money to cover your needs before spending on wants. Then, put money towards savings and debt repayment. Building an emergency fund and paying off debt should be top priorities in your budget. Remember, a budget is a living document. It should evolve with your financial situation and goals. Review and adjust it regularly to stay on track. Regularly updating your budget ensures that it remains relevant and effective in helping you achieve your financial goals. By mastering the art of budgeting, you can take control of your finances, reduce stress, and work towards a more secure financial future. Celebrate your financial milestones, no matter how small. Each step forward is progress towards your ultimate financial goals. And remember, budgeting isn't just about cutting back. It's also about planning for the future and making sure you have the funds to enjoy life. With a well-planned budget, you can achieve financial freedom and peace of mind. Start today and take the first step towards mastering the art of budgeting. Food is a significant expense. For many households, groceries take up a large portion of the monthly budget. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you see the total at the checkout counter. But don't worry, there are several strategies you can use to cut down on your grocery bills without sacrificing the quality of your meals. But there are easy ways to save money. By being mindful and strategic, you can make a significant difference in your grocery spending. Let's explore some practical tips that can help you save money and still enjoy delicious, nutritious meals. Plan your meals ahead of time and create a shopping list. Meal planning is a powerful tool that helps you avoid last-minute takeout and ensures you use up what you buy. Start by checking what you already have in your pantry and fridge, then plan meals around those items. This way, you can minimize waste and make the most of your groceries. This prevents impulse purchases at the grocery store. Sticking to a list helps you stay focused and resist the temptation of buying items you don't need. It's easy to get distracted by sales and promotions. But remember, if it's not on your list, you probably don't need it. Cook more meals at home instead of eating out. Home-cooked meals are not only healthier but also more cost-effective. You have control over the ingredients and portion sizes, which can lead to better nutrition and savings. Plus, cooking at home can be a fun and rewarding experience. Eating at home is healthier and cheaper. When you cook at home, you can avoid the hidden costs of dining out, such as tips and service charges. Additionally, you can make larger portions and have leftovers for the next day, further stretching your food budget. Explore discount grocery stores or shop during sales. Many discount stores offer quality products at lower prices. Keep an eye out for sales and stock up on non-perishable items when they are on offer. This can lead to substantial savings over time. Buy in bulk for items you use frequently. Purchasing in bulk can be a great way to save money on staples like rice, pasta, and canned goods. Just make sure you have enough storage space and that you'll use the items before they expire. Remember to use what you have in your pantry and freezer before buying more. Regularly take inventory of your pantry and freezer to avoid buying duplicates. This not only saves money, but also reduces food waste. By being organized and mindful, you can make the most of your grocery budget and enjoy delicious meals every day. Utilities can take a big bite out of your budget. Be mindful of your energy and water consumption. Turn off lights when leaving a room. Unplug electronics when not in use. Take shorter showers and fix any leaky faucets promptly. Wash your clothes in cold water and air dry them whenever possible. Consider using energy-efficient appliances. Small changes in your daily habits can make a big difference in your utility bills. Section 5. Find hidden savings. Take a close look at your monthly expenses. Identify any subscriptions or memberships you don't use regularly. Cancel them to save money. Negotiate lower rates for your car insurance, internet, or phone bills. Shop around for better deals on everyday purchases. Consider buying used or refurbished items instead of new ones. Look for free or low-cost entertainment options in your community. Section 6. Conquer housing costs. Housing is typically our biggest expense. If you're renting, consider downsizing to a smaller place or finding a roommate. Negotiate your rent with your landlord when possible. If you're a homeowner, consider refinancing your mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Think about renting out a spare room for extra income. Make energy-efficient upgrades to your home to save on utilities. Shop around for homeowners insurance to get the best rates. Section 7. Outsmart big-ticket purchases. Big-ticket items like cars and appliances require careful planning. Resist impulse purchases and research thoroughly before buying. Consider buying used or refurbished items instead of new ones. Wait for sales and discounts and negotiate the price whenever possible. Pay for big-ticket items in cash or use a low-interest credit card. Avoid financing options with high interest rates. Section 8. Invest wisely. Build wealth. Investing is key to building long-term wealth. Start by investing in your retirement accounts. Take advantage of employer-sponsored plans like 401ks. Open an individual retirement account, or IRA, to save for your future. As you learn more about investing, consider diversifying your portfolio with stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Invest consistently over time to benefit from the power of compound growth. Section 9. Explore passive income streams. Passive income streams generate money with minimal effort. Explore options like starting a blog, writing an ebook, or creating online courses. Consider renting out assets like a spare room, parking space, or equipment. Invest in dividend-paying stocks or real estate for long-term passive income. Building multiple streams of income can accelerate your path to financial freedom. Section 10. Stay motivated, stay consistent. Frugal living is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay motivated by focusing on your goals. Track your progress and celebrate your milestones. Find an accountability partner or join a community of like-minded individuals. Remember, financial freedom is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks along the way, but by staying consistent with your efforts, you can achieve your financial dreams. Section 11. Reap the rewards of financial freedom. Imagine a life free from financial stress. You control your money, not the other way around. You can pursue your passions, travel the world, and give generously to causes you care about. Frugal living gives you the power to choose your own path. Embrace the journey and enjoy the rewards of financial freedom. Let's face it, folks, we've all been there. You're at a restaurant with friends. Everyone's ordering fancy drinks and appetizers. But you stick to water and a simple entree. You feel those eyes on you, the judgment, the whispers. Is he broke? They might wonder. It's a common fear, the fear of being judged for living frugally. But here's the truth. That fear is holding you back. It's keeping you from financial freedom, from building real wealth, from living the life you truly want. It's time to shake off that fear, to embrace your frugal choices with pride. Because being frugal isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart with your money. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Hussey. Like, share, and drop a comment below. Financial peer pressure is real, folks. It's that voice in your head telling you to keep up with the Joneses, to buy the latest gadget, to go on that expensive vacation. But here's the kicker. The Joneses are probably broke. They're living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt. Is that really who you want to keep up with? Breaking free from financial peer pressure isn't easy, but it's necessary. It's the first step towards true financial freedom. Start by identifying your own values. What really matters to you? Is it financial security, early retirement, leaving a legacy for your kids? Once you know your why, it becomes easier to say no to unnecessary spending. Next, surround yourself with like-minded people. Find friends who share your financial goals, who understand the value of living below their means. These are the people who will support your frugal choices, who will celebrate your financial wins. They're out there, you just need to find them. Let's get one thing straight. Frugality isn't about deprivation. It's not about living a life of misery. It's about smart money management. It's about making intentional choices with your hard-earned cash. So, it's time to reframe how we think about frugality. It's not a dirty word. It's a powerful tool for building wealth. Think of frugality as a superpower. It gives you the ability to resist impulse purchases, to see through marketing gimmicks, to prioritize your spending based on your values. It's not about never spending money. It's about spending money on what truly matters to you and saving on everything else. When you embrace frugality, you're taking control of your financial destiny. You're saying no to keeping up appearances and yes to building real wealth. You're choosing financial freedom over fleeting pleasures, long-term security over short-term gratification. That's not just frugal, that's smart. All right, folks, let's get practical. How do you actually embrace frugal living? It starts with small steps. First, track your spending, every single penny. You might be shocked at where your money is really going. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. Next, create a budget, but not just any budget, a zero-based budget. Give every dollar a job. Make your money work for you. Cut out unnecessary expenses. Do you really need that premium cable package? That gym membership you never use? Be honest with yourself. Be ruthless in your cutting. Now let's talk about savings. Start with an emergency fund. Aim for $1,000 to start. Then work towards 3 to 6 months of expenses. This gives you peace of mind. It lets you say no to debt when unexpected expenses pop up. And they will pop up. Life happens. Section 5, Success Stories: Millionaires who live below their means. You might think millionaires live lavish lifestyles. Big houses, fancy cars, expensive clothes, but you'd be wrong. Many millionaires live well below their means. They embrace frugality, and that's how they built their wealth in the first place. Let me share some success stories with you. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives a modest car. He eats at McDonald's. Buffett understands the value of frugality. He knows that every dollar saved is a dollar that can be invested, that can grow into more wealth. Or consider Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Despite his billions, he drove an old pickup truck. He stayed in budget motels on business trips. He understood that wealth isn't about showing off. Section 6. The hidden benefits of a frugal lifestyle. Frugal living isn't just about saving money, it comes with a host of hidden benefits. Benefits that can improve your life in ways you might not expect. Let's explore some of these hidden gems. First up, reduce stress. When you're living below your means, you're not constantly worried about money, about how you'll pay the next bill. That peace of mind is priceless. Next, increased creativity. When you're not buying everything you want, you learn to make do, to repurpose, to create. You might discover hidden talents, new hobbies, all because you chose not to buy something new. Frugality can spark innovation in surprising ways. Frugal living also tends to lead to a simpler life, less clutter, fewer distractions, more focus on what truly matters. You start to value experiences over things. Section 7. Frugality and financial freedom. Let's talk about the big picture, folks. The ultimate goal of frugal living: financial freedom. It's not about having millions in the bank, it's about having enough to live the life you want, without financial stress, without being tied to a job you hate. That's true freedom. Frugality is the path to this freedom. Every dollar you save is a step closer. Every unnecessary purchase you avoid is progress. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. Imagine waking up every day knowing you don't have to work, that your needs are taken care of, that you can pursue your passions without worrying about money. This isn't a pipe dream. It's achievable through consistent, intentional frugal living, through smart money management. Section 8. Building wealth through conscious spending. Here's a truth bomb for you. Building wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And that's where conscious spending comes in. It's the backbone of frugal living, the key to building real, lasting wealth. So, what exactly is conscious spending? Conscious spending is about being intentional with every dollar. It's about aligning your spending with your values, with your goals. It means saying no to things that don't matter, and yes to things that do. It's not about never spending money. It's about spending on what truly brings you joy, what moves you closer to your goals. This approach to spending requires discipline. It requires self-awareness. You need to know what you truly value, what your long-term goals are. Then, you need to have the courage to stick to those values, even when society is pushing you to spend. Section 9. Overcoming societal pressure to overspend. Let's face it, we live in a consumer-driven society. Everywhere you look, there's pressure to spend. To buy the latest gadget, to upgrade your car, to keep up with fashion trends. It's relentless, and it's designed to separate you from your hard-earned money. But you can fight back. The first step is awareness. Recognize the tactics marketers use, the false promises of happiness through purchases, the artificial scarcity, the peer pressure. Once you see these tactics for what they are, they lose their power over you. You can start making decisions based on your values, not on clever marketing. Next, focus on your own path. Remember, your financial journey is unique. It doesn't matter what your neighbors are doing. Section 10. The environmental impact of frugal living. Here's something you might not have considered. Frugal living isn't just good for your wallet, it's good for the planet too. Think about it. When you consume less, you waste less. You reduce your carbon footprint. You become a steward of the environment without even trying. Consider the impact of buying less stuff. Every product has an environmental cost, from production to transportation to disposal. By embracing frugality, you're reducing demand for these products. You're voting with your dollars for a more sustainable world. It's a powerful form of environmental activism. Frugal living often leads to more sustainable practices. You might start repairing items instead of replacing them, choosing quality products that last longer, growing your own food. These actions have a ripple effect. They reduce waste. Section 11, Embracing Frugality, a path to true happiness. We've covered a lot of ground, folks, but let's bring it all home. Embracing frugality isn't just about money. It's about finding true happiness. It's about living a life aligned with your values, a life free from financial stress, a life rich in experiences, not things. When you embrace frugality, you're choosing freedom. Freedom from debt, freedom from the constant pursuit of more, freedom to live life on your own terms. You're choosing contentment, the ability to find joy in what you have, not always wanting what you don't have. Frugality teaches you to appreciate the little things, a home-cooked meal, a walk in the park, time spent with loved ones. These simple pleasures often bring more happiness than any expensive purchase, and they're at the heart of a frugal lifestyle. Folks, let me tell you something. Building wealth isn't about making millions overnight. It's about the small, everyday choices you make with your money. That's where frugality comes in. Frugality isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional with your spending and making your money work for you. Think about it this way. Every dollar you save is a soldier in your financial army. The more soldiers you have, the stronger your financial position becomes. In this essay, we're going to dive deep into the world of frugal living and wealth building. We'll look at real-life success stories, explore the long-term benefits of frugal habits, and show you how you can start your own journey to financial freedom. So buckle up, folks. We're about to embark on a journey that could change your financial life forever.
Let me tell you about Sarah. 5 years ago, Sarah was drowning in debt. She had $50,000 in student loans, $10,000 in credit card debt, and a car loan that was eating up a big chunk of her monthly income. Sarah was living paycheck to paycheck, and the thought of building wealth seemed like a distant dream. But Sarah decided to make a change. She embraced frugality with open arms, and boy, did it pay off. The first thing Sarah did was take a hard look at her spending. She realized she was throwing away hundreds of dollars each month on things she didn't really need. So, Sarah made a budget and stuck to it like glue. She started brewing her own coffee at home, meal prepping for the week, and finding free entertainment options in her city. She took on a side hustle, delivering groceries on weekends. Every extra dollar she earned went straight towards paying off her debt. Fast forward to today, and Sarah's financial life is unrecognizable. Sarah's story shows us that with determination and smart financial choices, anyone can turn their financial life around.
Now let's talk about John. John was your typical middle-class worker. He had a decent job, a mortgage, and 2 kids to support. But John had a dream. He wanted to retire early. Not at 65, not at 60, but at 50. Most people would have laughed at John's goal. But John knew something they didn't. He understood the power of frugal living combined with smart investing. John and his family made a pact. They decided to live on half of their income and invest the rest. This meant making some tough choices. They moved to a smaller house, drove used cars, and took budget-friendly vacations. Meanwhile, their investment accounts were growing at an impressive rate. John achieved his goal and retired at 50 with a nest egg that will comfortably support him and his family for the rest of their lives.
Let me introduce you to the Rodriguez family. Maria and Carlos Rodriguez were renting a small apartment with their 2 children. They dreamed of owning their own home, but in their expensive city, it seemed impossible. That's when they decided to get serious about frugality. Their goal? To save enough for a down payment on a house in just 3 years. The Rodriguez family approached their goal with creativity and determination. They turned saving money into a family game. The kids got involved, coming up with ideas to cut costs and finding free activities for family fun. They started a vegetable garden on their small balcony, significantly reducing their grocery bill. 3 years later, the Rodriguez family had saved enough for a 20% down payment on a modest home in a nice neighborhood. The Rodriguez family's story shows us that with creativity, teamwork, and a willingness to make short-term sacrifices, even big financial goals are within reach.
Section 5. The long-term benefits of frugal living. Now, let's talk about why frugality is such a powerful tool for building wealth. It's not just about the immediate savings, folks. Frugality has long-term benefits that can completely transform your financial future. First and foremost, frugal living helps you develop a healthy relationship with money. You start to see money as a tool, not as something to be frivolously spent. When you embrace frugality, you're forced to prioritize your spending. You start asking yourself, do I really need this? Or is there a cheaper alternative? This mindset shift is crucial. Over time, this habit of thoughtful spending becomes second nature, guiding all your financial decisions. Another long-term benefit of frugality is the financial cushion it provides. When you're living below your means and saving consistently, you're building up an emergency fund. This safety net gives you peace of mind and flexibility. But perhaps the most significant long-term benefit of frugality is the opportunity it creates for investing. When you're spending less than you earn, you have money left over to invest. Through the power of compound interest, those investments can grow exponentially over time.
Section 6. Frugality and compound interest. A powerful combination. All right, folks, let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the financial universe, compound interest. When you combine frugality with compound interest, you've got a recipe for serious wealth building. But what exactly is compound interest? Simply put, it's interest earned on interest. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger as it goes. Let's say you save $500 a month through frugal living. If you invest that money and earn an average 8% return after 30 years, you'd have over $745,000. Now, here's where frugality really shines. The more you can save, the more you can invest, and the more compound interest can work its magic. Every dollar you don't spend on unnecessary purchases is a dollar that can be put to work for you, earning interest and growing over time. By embracing frugality and harnessing the power of compound interest, you're setting yourself up for long-term financial success. Section 7. Overcoming societal pressure, embracing the frugal lifestyle. Let's face it, folks, everywhere we look, we're bombarded with messages telling us to buy. The latest gadgets, the trendiest clothes, the fanciest cars. We're told that these things will make us happy, but here's the truth. That's a load of baloney. True happiness and financial security come from living within your means and building real wealth, not from keeping up with the Joneses. The key to overcoming societal pressure is to stay focused on your goals. Remember why you chose this path in the first place. Maybe you want to retire early, like John. Maybe you want to buy a house, like the Rodriguez family. Whatever your reason, keep it at the forefront of your mind.
Section 8. Frugal habits that lead to big savings. Now let's get practical. What are some frugal habits that can lead to big savings over time? First up, let's talk about the power of meal planning and cooking at home. Eating out is one of the biggest budget busters for many families. By planning your meals, shopping with a list, and cooking at home, you can save hundreds of dollars each month. And here's a bonus. Home-cooked meals are often healthier too. Next, let's discuss the importance of distinguishing between needs and wants. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? If the answer is no, consider waiting. Implement a 24-hour rule for any non-essential purchases. Often you'll find that the urge to buy passes, saving you from impulse purchases. Another powerful frugal habit is learning to do things yourself. From basic home and car maintenance to cutting your own hair, there are many skills you can learn that will save you money in the long run. Lastly, make saving automatic. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account each payday.
Section 9. The psychology of frugality mindset shifts for success. Folks, building wealth through frugality isn't just about changing your spending habits. It's about changing your mindset. The psychology behind our spending habits is powerful, and understanding it is key to making lasting changes. One of the most important mindset shifts is moving from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality. A scarcity mentality makes you feel like you never have enough, leading to impulse purchases and overspending. An abundance mentality, on the other hand, helps you appreciate what you have and make thoughtful decisions about your resources. Another crucial mindset shift is learning to derive happiness from experiences and relationships rather than material possessions. Our consumer culture tries to convince us that buying things will make us happy, but research shows that the happiness from material purchases is often short-lived. Experiences, on the other hand, create lasting memories and deeper satisfaction. This shift in focus can naturally lead to more frugal choices. Section 10. Balancing frugality with quality of life. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dave, all this talk about frugality sounds like a real drag. Where's the fun in life if you're pinching pennies all the time? Well, let me tell you something important. Frugality isn't about living a life of deprivation. It's about being intentional with your spending so you can focus on what truly brings you joy.
Money is a tool. It's not evil. It's not the answer to all your problems, but it can help. But it sure can help you live a better life if you use it right. That's where the balance comes in, finding the middle ground. You need to be smart with your money, but you also need to enjoy your life to the fullest. It's not one or the other. It's both. Being frugal doesn't mean being miserable. It means being smart with your money. It means knowing where your money is going. And it means making sure you're getting the most bang for your buck.
Embracing simple pleasures. Finding joy in the little things. One of the secrets to balancing frugality and enjoyment is learning to appreciate the simple things in life, those moments that often go unnoticed. These are the little joys that don't cost much, if anything at all, yet they enrich our lives immensely. Things like watching a beautiful sunset, reading a good book, or simply enjoying the sound of waves crashing on the shore, or having a heartfelt conversation with a friend, sharing stories and laughter. These simple pleasures can bring immense happiness without draining your wallet, offering a sense of contentment. Embracing simple pleasures is about shifting your mindset, focusing on what truly matters. It's about realizing that the best things in life often aren't things at all, but experiences. They're experiences, moments, and connections that stay with us. When you start to focus on these, you'll find that you can be incredibly happy without spending a lot of money, finding joy in everyday moments. This doesn't mean you should never indulge in bigger pleasures or experiences, but balance is key. By finding joy in the little things, you'll feel less pressure to constantly spend money to be happy and more at peace. You'll realize that happiness is more accessible than you might have thought, often right in front of you. And this realization can be incredibly freeing, both financially and emotionally, lifting a weight off your shoulders. Cultivating an appreciation for simple pleasures takes practice, but it's a journey worth embarking on.
Wise spending making your money work for your happiness. Now let's talk about wise spending and how it can transform your life. This is where the rubber meets the road in balancing frugality and enjoyment, ensuring you get the most out of every dollar. Wise spending means that when you do spend money, you're doing it in a way that maximizes your happiness and aligns with your values and priorities. It's not about never spending money or being overly restrictive. It's about spending it on the right things that truly matter to you. First, you need to know what truly makes you happy deep down, not what you think should make you happy or what society says should make you happy. What actually brings you joy and fulfillment? Once you know this, you can focus your spending in these areas that bring the most satisfaction. Maybe it's travel, or a hobby, or spending time with family and friends. Whatever it is, that's where you should be willing to spend a bit more to enhance your life. At the same time, wise spending means cutting back on things that don't bring you much joy or value. Maybe you realize you don't really care about having the latest smartphone or trendy gadgets.
Section 7. Overcoming the guilt of spending. It's okay to treat yourself. Let's address something that a lot of people struggle with when they're trying to be frugal: spending guilt. This is that nagging feeling you get when you spend money on something enjoyable. You might think, I should be saving this money instead, but here's the truth. It's okay to spend money on yourself sometimes. In fact, it's necessary. Treating yourself occasionally is part of a healthy financial life. It helps prevent burnout and keeps you motivated to stick to your financial goals. The key is to plan for these treats. Make them part of your budget. This way you can enjoy them fully without feeling guilty. Remember, the goal of being frugal isn't to never spend money. It's to spend money wisely and in a way that enhances your life. If a purchase truly brings you joy and fits within your overall financial plan, then it's a good purchase.
Section 8. Creating a budget that allows for both saving and enjoyment. Now let's get practical and dive into the details. How do you actually create a budget that balances saving and enjoyment effectively? First things first, you need to know your numbers. What's your total income? What are your necessary expenses, such as rent, utilities, and groceries? Once you have these figured out, you can start allocating your money accordingly. A good rule of thumb is the 50/30/20 rule, which is widely recommended. This means 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Your wants category is where you budget for enjoyment and leisure activities. This might include entertainment, hobbies, or dining out with friends and family. The key is to give yourself permission to spend this money guilt-free, while still keeping it within reasonable limits. When you're creating your budget, be realistic and honest with yourself. Don't try to cut out all fun spending. That's not sustainable in the long run. Instead, look for areas where you can cut back without sacrificing your quality of life or happiness. Maybe you can reduce your cable package but keep your favorite streaming service for entertainment.
Section 9. The long-term benefits of a balanced financial approach. Taking a balanced approach to your finances isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It has long-term benefits that can significantly impact your life. When you balance frugality with enjoyment, you're setting yourself up for long-term financial success and personal happiness. On the financial side, this balanced approach helps you build wealth over time. By being frugal in many areas, you're able to save and invest for your future. This can lead to financial security and freedom down the road. At the same time, by allowing for enjoyment, you're less likely to burn out or go on spending sprees that can derail your financial progress. From a personal happiness perspective, this balance helps you live a more fulfilling life. You're not constantly stressing about money, but you're also not ignoring your financial responsibilities.
Section 10. Conclusion. Living your best life, frugally and joyfully. As we wrap up, let's remember the big picture. Balancing frugality and enjoyment isn't about following a strict set of rules. It's about creating a life that's financially responsible and personally fulfilling. It's about using your money as a tool to create the life you want, both now and in the future. Remember, being frugal doesn't mean being miserable. It means being intentional with your money. It means focusing your spending on what truly matters to you. And it means finding joy in the simple things in life. At the same time, enjoying life doesn't mean spending recklessly. It means making room in your budget for the things that bring you happiness and fulfillment. The key to this balance is knowing yourself. What are your values? What are your goals? What truly brings you joy?
Hey, what's up guys? It's Graham here. Today, we're diving into something that changed my life. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it works. I'm talking about frugal living and humility. These two things, they're like a secret weapon for building wealth. Trust me, I've been there. When I started out, I was just a regular guy. No silver spoon, no trust fund, just a determination to make it. Living frugally and staying humble were my game changers. They helped me save, invest, and grow. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, isn't being frugal just being cheap? Nope. It's about being smart with your money and making conscious choices. And humility? That's the attitude that keeps you grounded and focused on your goals. We'll look at the benefits of frugal living, explore real success stories, and talk about practical ways you can start today. Because here's the truth, anyone can do this. So, are you ready to unlock the power of frugality and humility? Let's get started. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kelvin Jassi. Share the video and drop a comment below. All right, let's talk about why frugal living is so powerful. First up, saving money. It's simple math, guys. The less you spend, the more you save. And those savings, they're your ticket to financial freedom. Every dollar you save is a dollar you can invest. It's a dollar that can work for you, growing over time. But it's not just about the numbers. Frugal living reduces stress. When you're not living paycheck to paycheck, you're not constantly worried about bills. You've got a cushion, and that peace of mind, it's priceless. Now let's talk about financial security. This is huge. When you live frugally, you're building a fortress around your finances. You're less vulnerable to economic ups and downs. You're better prepared for emergencies, and you're setting yourself up for a comfortable future. Frugal living teaches you valuable skills. You learn to be resourceful. These skills, they're not just about saving money. They're life skills that can help you in your career, in your relationships, in everything. So when you embrace frugal living, you're not just saving money, you're investing in yourself. Let's get inspired by some real-life examples. First up, we've got Warren Buffett. Despite his massive wealth, he still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives modest cars. He eats at McDonald's. Buffett's frugality isn't about deprivation. It's about valuing what matters most to him. Then there's my own story. When I started in real estate, I was making $16,000 a year. I lived way below my means. I drove a Toyota Prius. I meal prepped. I avoided unnecessary expenses. Those habits allowed me to save and invest. They were the foundation of my success. But it's not just about famous people or entrepreneurs. I've met countless individuals who've transformed their lives through frugality. There's Sarah, a teacher who paid off $50,000 in student loans in just 3 years by embracing a frugal lifestyle. Or Mike, who retired at 45 by consistently living below his means and investing the difference. These stories all have one thing in common: consistency. Frugality isn't a quick fix, it's a lifestyle. But if you stick with it, the results can be life-changing. Now, let's talk about humility. It might seem odd to discuss this in a conversation about wealth, but trust me, it's crucial. Humility keeps you grounded, it keeps you focused on what really matters, and it can be a powerful tool in building and maintaining wealth. How does humility help? For one, it keeps you open to learning. When you're humble, you're always looking to improve. You're willing to admit what you don't know. And in the world of finance, there's always more to learn. The humble investor is often the successful investor. Humility also helps you avoid unnecessary expenses. When you're not trying to impress others or keep up with the Joneses, you make better financial decisions. But perhaps most importantly, humility helps you handle success. It's easy to let money go to your head, but the humble person remembers where they came from. Building wealth is important, but staying wealthy, that often comes down to humility. Simple frugal habits to adopt today. Let's get practical. How can you start living more frugally today? Track your spending. Use an app or a simple spreadsheet. Record everything for a month. Cook at home more. Eating out is a budget killer. Meal prep on weekends. Cut unnecessary subscriptions. Cancel anything you don't need. Embrace the 30-day rule for big purchases. Wait 30 days before buying. Find frugal habits that work for you and stick with them. Section 6. Overcoming societal pressure and embracing frugality. Let's face it, living frugally isn't always easy. We live in a consumer-driven society. There's constant pressure to buy, to have the latest and greatest, to keep up with trends. But here's the truth, that pressure, it's all noise. And learning to tune it out is crucial for your financial health. So how do you do it? First, get clear on your values, what really matters to you: financial security, freedom to pursue your passions. When you're clear on your priorities, it's easier to say no to unnecessary spending. Next, surround yourself with like-minded people. Find friends who share your financial goals. Join online communities focused on frugal living. When you're around people who get it, it's easier to stay on track. Lastly, reframe how you think about frugality. It's not about deprivation, it's about empowerment. Every frugal choice you make is a step towards your goals. It's you taking control of your financial future. True wealth isn't about what you have, it's about having the freedom to live life on your terms. Section 7. the long-term impact of frugal choices. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Frugal living isn't just about saving a few bucks here and there, it's about setting yourself up for long-term success. It's about creating a future where you have options, where you're not tied down by debt or financial stress. Think about compound interest. When you save and invest consistently, your money grows exponentially over time. A small amount saved today can turn into a significant sum in the future. That's the power of frugal choices compounded over years and decades. But it's not just about money. Frugal living can impact your entire life trajectory. When you're not stressed about finances, you're free to take risks, to pursue your passions, to change careers if you want to. And let's talk about retirement. The earlier you start saving, the more comfortable your retirement can be. Frugal habits now can mean the difference between struggling in your golden years and enjoying a worry-free retirement. Every frugal choice you make today is an investment in your future self. Section 8. Frugality versus cheapness. Understanding the difference. Now let's clear up a common misconception. Being frugal is not the same as being cheap. There's a big difference, and understanding it is crucial. Frugality is about getting the most value for your money. It's about being intentional with your spending. Cheapness, on the other hand, is about spending as little as possible regardless of value. A frugal person might buy a high-quality pair of shoes that will last for years. A cheap person might buy the cheapest shoes available, even if they'll fall apart in a few months. The frugal choice often saves money in the long run. It's about thinking ahead, not just looking at the immediate price tag. Frugality also considers more than just money. It takes into account time, effort, and overall value. Most importantly, frugality aligns with your values and goals. It's about cutting back in areas that aren't important to you so you can spend on what matters. The goal of frugality isn't to live a deprived life. It's to live your best life while being smart with your resources. Section 9. Teaching frugality to the next generation. Passing on frugal habits to the next generation is crucial. In a world of instant gratification, teaching kids about frugality is more important than ever. Lead by example. Kids learn more from what we do than what we say. Involve them in household budgeting. Let them see how you prioritize spending and saving. Give them an allowance and teach them to budget. Help them set savings goals and experience the satisfaction of delayed gratification. Show them that being frugal means being creative and finding value. Empower them with skills they'll use for life. Section 10. Balancing frugality with quality of life. Now let's address a common concern. Won't living frugally make life boring? It's a valid question, but here's the truth. Frugality and a great quality of life aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, when done right, frugality can enhance your life experiences. The key is to be intentional. Frugality isn't about cutting every expense, it's about cutting the expenses that don't bring you joy or value. Maybe you cut back on eating out so you can take that dream vacation. Or you downsize your home to have more freedom to travel. Frugality can also lead to more meaningful experiences. When you're not constantly chasing the next purchase, you appreciate what you have more. Moreover, frugality can give you the ultimate luxury time. When you're not working extra hours to pay for things you don't need, you have more time for what matters. Time with family, time for hobbies, time to pursue your passions. The goal of frugality isn't to live a lesser life, it's to live your best life, aligned with your values and free from financial stress. Section 11. Conclusion. Your path to financial freedom. All right, guys, we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about the power of frugal living and humility, but now it's time for the most important part, taking action. Financial freedom isn't about having millions. It's about having enough. Enough to pursue your passions and handle challenges. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 frugal habits this week. Maybe it's tracking your spending or cooking more meals at home. Whatever it is, commit to it. Small changes lead to big results over time. The path is clear. The choice is yours. Let's do this.